step by step, combing the forest for traces of the war.
Вот немецкая гильза.
This is an empty cartridge from a German plane. That means it fell down here while the plane was shooting.
Самолет стрелял.
For 40 years now, Galina Slesareva has been searching the area in her home region with a metal detector. She often comes with her husband to look for remnants from what is known as the Great Patriotic War here in Russia. There was a Soviet airfield nearby. These forests and fields were the site of fierce battles. Around 1 million Soviet soldiers died protecting Moscow from Nazi forces between 1941 and 42. Many of them went missing in action. Galina Slesareva digs in her free time. The work can be dangerous. It's lucky Galina is a trained bomb diffuser for the Russian emergency services. Sometimes she finds shrapnel and old mines, but there are also human remains under the roots. The ground is filled with war. The earth hides all these interesting secrets and traces of the past, remains of people and traces of vehicles. Just imagine, we're walking around this wonderful forest, girls and boys are picking berries, and there's a skull sticking out of a trench. That shouldn't be normal. It doesn't say on the skull whether it's Russian or German. It has to be buried no matter what. Over 40 years of digging, Galina has made many finds. She has collected them in a museum called A Soldier's Fate in her hometown of Obninsk, southwest of Moscow. 3 years ago, she found a bomber in a nearby swamp. The remains of 3 soldiers were inside. Using archival information about the plane, Galina has finally managed to find the relatives of 2 of them. Today, Pavel Matorin, the commander of the plane's crew, will finally be reunited with his family. He was 24 when he died. He was missing all this time. It's very emotional for me that he'll be returning home. When I was little, my mother said that my grandmother used to cry when she looked at his photograph. For Galina, reunions like this, several generations later, are emotional. We weep on each other's shoulders. You can't really find the words to say. The communication is happening on some sort of an emotional level. And of course, people just keep telling me, thank you, thank you. Sometimes people say, why do you dig? Why disturb the dead? But I think they're somewhere in the ether, faceless. I don't know how to explain it, but their souls are restless. Every year, Galina sets off on her search again. There are people like her across Russia. People here say the war isn't really over until the last soldier's body has been buried. Galina has made that her life's work.